what is happening here? Why? Oh, I just get so much pleasure out of listening to insane organ players and these deep cut shed videos. And this is Mr. Eddie Brown, incredible musician. And I go down these rabbit holes because the harmonic language of gospel organ players is unparalleled, in my opinion, to any other style or discipline or instrument. The movements are so unique and so complex yet singable. Of course, there's always a melody happening, and the things they can get away with, like this little movement, is unbelievable. So we're gonna actually leverage a great part of the guitar by using spread triads, because the problem with the Hammond stuff is trying to get this top voice staying the same while a bunch of inner voices move and all kinds of stuff like that, and that can be really tricky, of course. So one thing that we can use, and that really Eddie plays here, is spread triads. We have, instead of C, E, G, I've got C, G, E. Right, so I got my triad, 1, 3, 5, bump the middle voice up an octave, boom, I have C, G, E. It separates the melody, so that kind of pokes out more, the highest note rather. And it actually, once we get high up on the guitar, it gives me the ability to harmonize a higher register without getting really thin up top, and I can't even grab some of those closed position triad shapes. So I've got great melodic options, and it opens up the instrument in a lovely way. You hear a lot of string instruments will have this kind of texture written in the repertoire. Bach cello suites is a great place to look at for that. So we have C major root position, spread triad. Then we go to the first inversion of that, E, C, G. Second inversion is G, E, C. Then we end up on root position, C major, C, G, E. Now there's lots of different ways to finger these, so you'll kind of have to come up with your own options, because each one, because they're so spread, has at least 3, maybe 4 sometimes ways to actually play them on the guitar. But these are mine. Hear the melody. Classic move in the gospel world and pop music writ large. 4 minor, F minor 6. Our voicing you can think of as D half diminished. That's the same thing as F minor 6. So I've got D, A flat, C, F. This is my standard drop 2 D half diminished voicing on the top 4 strings. And my pinky's going to grab a melody note. So it goes from the G to an F. And I might do a little ornament. He doesn't do that, but we can do that on guitar and it sounds in the style. So I've got C major 1, 4 minor. Now here's our resolution. Back to C major, root position, spread triad. Let's actually hear him do that again, that part. Okay, but then check this out. Oh God, it's just so nasty. So we're at the C and think, oh, that's beautiful and it's on its own. I mean, that's such a great move. And he takes it down to, and I like this fingering particularly for the whole sequence. So I've got my middle finger on the A string, not sure, my pinky on the A string, root C, and I'm barring the G and E on the 12th frets, G and E string. And then I'm going to move down to G over B, spread triad, that's B, G, D, pinky on the A string, middle on the G, first finger, kind of keeping the bar shape because I'm going to need it, but I really am only playing the high E string with my first finger. So I've got C major to G over B. Okay, that's not really crazy. I've just got the 1 to the 5, but here's where it gets really cool. wait a second, I moved that sequence down, major triad, down to, sorry, root position major triad, down a half step to its 5, first inversion. So now I'm in the key of A. I've got A major to E major over G sharp, all spread triads. And I move it again to the key of F sharp major goes to C sharp, C sharp major over E sharp. It's kind of a rough key, but he's moving in minor third. So I've got C, key of C, key of A, key of F sharp, key of E flat, which resolves to C. Just so insane. Oh, let's get into the nitty gritty again. C major, G over B. Move the whole sequence, there's that 2-shape sequence, down a minor third to A major to E major over G sharp. Go to F sharp major to C sharp, first inversion. Last key, we have E flat major to B flat major over D. And that resolves down to the C major root position again. So we end up in the same place we started, which is incredible. How can we get away with? How does he get away with this? Think of the top melody first. The symmetry of that is, I mean, we love symmetry and patterns as humans, and that melody. That's got a great symmetrical line to it, even though it's not tonal, so to speak. That works. You know, think of all the crazy melodies that Stevie Wonder has, but you go to a concert and everyone's singing them because they're catchy and they have that melodicism that doesn't jump around too much. And then the consistency of the voice leading. So the bass is, again, there's a symmetry to that. It goes just the bass voice, C, B, A, G sharp, F sharp, F, E flat, D, C. That sounds really interesting and kind of out on its own, but I'll do the melody and the bass line. Wow. And the middle voice keeps us tethered each time because it actually stays between each voicing. So I've got the G in the middle here, and that is the same G in the G chord. So I've got C major with the G in the middle, and then G major with the G in the middle. So I've got da, 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 da. So my middle voice. Notice the diminished nature. So this key's moving in a minor third away. It definitely evokes colors from the diminished scale. And the diminished universe we would have, which has all those keys, is C diminished, right? We'd have C major, E flat major, F sharp major, A major. So we're pulling all of that from potentially the diminished universe, but really I think the takeaway is voice leading in a symmetrical way, all down in minor thirds, keeping the same voicings and the same movements really gets you to this style. And I like my fingering here because it's consistent, because I was doing, then I have to move over here somewhere and it kind of gets confusing. So I've got a P brain, so I want to keep it, I want to keep it consistent with the fingering so I can, do it pattern based. Obviously I know the theory and everything involved there, but to get that type of motion where it's seamless, like the Hammond organ, we need to have those consistent voicings. Incredible. So let me transpose this in the key of F, and then I'll get going. Just insane. So that's a move I internalize. 1, walk up the spread triads. 2 half diminished, which is 4 minor. Back to 1 to 5, first inversion. Move that sequence down to minor third, another minor third, another minor third. Then I'm home. So that's how quickly I can internalize it, and it, put it in my bag of harmonic movements. And I can't wait to figure out where I can use that in tasteful ways. And again, this is just like a 1 second video. I mean, 1 second clip. Not 1 second, but like 6 or 7. And it's just chock full of this stuff. So check out Mr. Eddie Brown. Wendell Lowe is incredible. That he's the GOAT in my opinion. Shedrick Mitchell, another incredible player. Corey Henry, of course. As a bunch of secret cats, as I like to say on YouTube. Kind of got to go digging. But these little nuggets, this is what makes it for me really rewarding to get this depth of harmonic language that's so pretty and so idiomatic of this beautiful Hammond B3 gospel organ playing.